The fourth part we're going to be working on here is a loft. So you are going to be lofting a rectangle. So you're going to start with a 3x2 extrusion of a 1/2 inch, and then we're going to push a work plane up 2 inches, and we're going to loft something from a rectangle up to a circle, and it's going to create sort of a transitional piece in there. So we'll go over to Inventor, and I'm going to do a new file, new IPT again. We'll start our sketch, grab a work plane there. I'm going to go ahead and type in my 3 tab 2. So that's my base that I'm working off of. I'm going to extrude that thing a 1/2 inch. And now I've got to get a sketch that's 2 inches up in the air, and I want to put an 1.5 inch circle centered on that rectangle. So I'm going to go back to Inventor here, and I'm going to go to the work plane option, and there's a bunch of them here, but I'm offsetting from a plane. I'm going to hold my left mouse button and I'm going to pull that thing up there, and I'm going to type in 2 enter. Now I'm going to create a sketch up on this work plane. Now I worked right off of my origin, so I can dimension off of that if I need to. I'll show you some different options though. You could also use a tool called project geometry, and you could project that rectangle that you drew up to this, and then I can place a circle in the center of that, and this will be a 1.5 inch circle. I've got to dimension that properly, so make sure it's centered. I should be 1.5 inches in this direction, and I should be 1 inch in this direction. So it looks like we're in good shape. I'll finish my sketch, and then I'm going to go to the Loft tool, and I'm going to select this rectangle up here, and then I'm going to go up here. Now this has 2 profiles on it, so the first thing I'm going to do is just select the sketch, and then I'm going to click the profile. I don't want the rectangle, I just want the circle on the inside, and I'm going to hit OK, and it's going to give me a feature that transitions between that rectangle and the circle. And at this point, I would probably set this one here if it's not already a front. Yeah, that's a front view, that's good, so I don't need to do that. If it wasn't, you'd right click, set current view as front, and then we're just going to save it. Remember, you want to save in all caps, call it Loft, hit save, and you're ready to place that on the sheet. So going back to my Inventor basic sheet, I would double click on the Loft, go to place views, get my base view, pop in a top, right, isometric, hit OK on that. I can slide these things over so I can add dimensions. And on this one, I'm going to edit my view once again, and we're going to put on the color. We're going to call it Loft, and we are going to make the scale 1/2. So the isometric should always be 1/2 the scale of your orthographics on these sheets. And we're going to hit the light bulb so we get that little label on there. We'll slide that over. Now, one note when you are annotating this, when you go to put a dimension on this, it's going to break this circle up and try to give you a radius 0.75. When you are finished dimensioning that, you can go and right click on that, and you can edit the dimension. You can hide the original dimension value, and then you can simply put in that the diameter is 1.5, so you kind of overwrite that since it wants to call that radius 0.75. So you have a few more dimensions to add on that. Again, look back at the little PowerPoint cheat sheet that's on Schoology for you.